Hey everyone, Dusty here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about setting goals, whether it's for triathlon or running. I think that a lot of athletes are much too vague when it comes to setting their goals, and they aren't specific enough or they never write them down. So let's go over what I mean, and I'll show you kind of how I go about setting my goals. It was way too cold on the beach. Okay, so what do I mean when I say that I think athletes are too vague when it comes to setting their goals? Well, I think a lot of athletes are good in setting the initial goal, whether that be something like, I want to finish a 5K, I want to qualify for the Boston Marathon, I want to do a triathlon, I want to qualify for Kona. But after they make that initial goal, that's it, it stops. So setting that first goal is obviously important and the first step, but that's the easy part. Everyone has dreams and aspirations and can easily set the bar high, and that's their goal, but then you need to plan out how to reach that goal. So I like setting the goal and then working backwards from there. Let's just say you're a triathlete and you want to qualify for Kona, and in order to do that you need to go under 10 hours in an Ironman. Well, because it's triathlon and there's swimming, biking, running, recovery, nutrition, so many things involved, you're going to need a pretty specific plan on how to reach your end goal of going under 10 hours. So what does that look like for you? What's your weekly swim volume got to be in order to achieve your goals? Are you going to be doing any work with a swim coach? What about the bike? Do you have a power meter? Do you know what your threshold power has to be in order to get you the bike split that you want? Are you going to be strong enough to ride the bike split that you want and then back it up with the marathon that you need? And then you can look at the run. What's the weekly run volume that you need to do in order to reach your goals? What are your long runs going to get up to in preparation for your Ironman? What are you going to use to fuel your race day? And are you going to try it once, twice in training? Are you going to do it all the time? Do you know what your longest day is going to be leading into your Ironman race? And then what about recovery? Are you getting the amount of sleep that you need? Do you need more sleep during the heavy training periods? Are you making sure that you're staying up on foam rolling? Are you able to afford a massage once a week, once a month, maybe every other month? These are all questions that if you have specific goals, like going sub 10 hours for an Ironman, hopefully you're able to answer. And then also with reaching that main goal is setting little goals along the way. So you might be doing little test sets either in the pool or on the bike or on the run, just to track your fitness over the months and make sure that you're on the right curve, and that when you're standing on the start line on race day, you're not thinking, I have no idea how this is going to go. You should have a pretty good idea of going into the race how you're going to perform. And that doesn't have to just be triathlon or someone fast going under 10 hours. That can be someone just looking to finish a sprint triathlon, or someone just getting into running, or even someone who wants to qualify for the Boston Marathon. So I urge you, if you haven't been, set your main goal, which I'm sure many of you watching have done, and then work backwards from there. And I also urge you to write it down. Some of you might not be a fan or feel uncomfortable writing down your goals, but trust me, I'm a big believer in writing everything down. Even if you just write it down and then crumple it up and throw it away, just the act of writing it down is pretty powerful, and I'm just a big believer of getting what's in here on paper. So if you know what your main goal is, work backwards from there. Ask yourself lots of questions about how you're going to reach that goal. Give yourself little fitness tests to make sure that you're on the right curve. If you have no idea where to get started, then hire a coach, or maybe sit down and just have an initial meeting with someone to figure out some of the numbers and goals and if what you're thinking is even realistic. So I hope that helps you just think about your goals a little bit more. I've just recently talked to some athletes and they have goals, but they had no idea what they're doing in training to reach those goals. And I've been there too. I've set goals for myself and I've just gone about training kind of without a purpose, maybe marginally getting faster, but when you have very specific goals and you know how you want to go about reaching them, I find it makes training fun and it gives a purpose to your training as well. And like always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more everything running, triathlon, and nutrition related.